With the upcoming 2016 election, it is essential to be knowledgeable of candidates running in that election. The one candidate that often appeals to our millennial generation is Bernie Sanders. My goal in this speech is not to persuade to vote any certain way, but to inform about Bernie Sanders and his stance on issues such as income and wealth inequality, college tuition, and women's rights. The first issue that really takes a platform in his campaign is income and wealth inequality. Currently in the United States, just a handful of individuals control a majority of the wealth. Because of this, there is an increasing gap between the upper and lower class. Bernie Sanders realizes this and would like to do something about that. He first wants to demand that large corporations pay their fair share in taxes, and he would like to increase the minimum wage from the $7.25 that it currently is to $15. By doing this, he hopes to increase the middle class and decrease the widening gap between the lower and upper class. He would also like to take a stance on poverty by investing millions of dollars in rebuilding old bridges, roads, airports, and other infrastructure needs. And by doing this, he hopes to create millions of new jobs. Again, just adding to that middle class and decreasing poverty in lower class. Another issue that Bernie Sanders is really taking a stance on in his current campaign is college tuition and how high it is. His primary issue with college tuition is, like I said, how high it is, and also how burdened by debt current college students are for the rest of their lives because of the extremely high college tuition. Bernie Sanders would like to make tuition free at public colleges and universities, which some people are doubtful about. However, in Switzerland, college tuition is free, and the economy is actually thriving because of that. He would also like to lower student loan interest rates so that students can be less burdened by their loans out of college and more focused on finding a job and impacting the economy with their participation in the economy. The final issue I'd like to discuss that is prevalent in Bernie Sanders' campaign is his stance on women's rights. He believes in ending the wage gap between men and women by passing an act that makes it illegal to discriminate based on gender in terms of wage. People may think that it's 2015 and women and men are equal. However, in 2015, it was reported that women earned 78 cents for every dollar that men earn. So, because of this, he was inspired to come up with an act that would put an end to that. He would also like to expand and protect the reproductive rights of women by expanding funding for Planned Parenthood and other women's health initiatives. Overall, Bernie Sanders can be considered a social democrat in his beliefs about some of the issues I addressed. However, it will be really interesting to see who the next president is and what the election holds, and even who ends up running for the Democratic vote and the Republican vote. Overall, through this speech, my hope is that you're more informed about Bernie Sanders and hopefully inspired to keep up to date with the election, and most importantly, to cast your vote next November.